guys, so testing this at night with the APSC mode, I guess. 11mm 1.8. Let's see how this thing works. Yeah, this morning tested out the microphone on top. Not the greatest thing ever. Can't control the levels, too noisy. And then also you gotta contend with Adobe Audition to reduce the noise and also, I guess, bring out the voice. That didn't rhyme. That's good. So I'm gonna just go walk over to Steinway and back. Let's see how this thing does. Did calibrate the Zhiyun. It's not giving me that torque motion as before, but it's not in follow mode. It's in PF. Everything is working well as it can. And if this works, then why would I even need a 6700, right? Maybe for the 10-bit colors, but certainly not for something like this. Not producing a movie. Let's see if the spot metering works, because I know I had issues with this and the spot meter. It would raise and lower the exposure without an issue. Well, not without an issue, but significantly go up and down with the spot metering. So I did switch it to basically full frame metering, but switch it back to spot. Let's see if it works well with face highlight retention, because that's basically what you need when you're doing something like this. So Saturday, 9:15 right now, not bad. Yeah, the weight is good enough for me to hold it this far away. It's the 11mm APSC mode, so it's roughly at 16mm full frame. Gives me enough of what I need in 4K. But since I have the 8mm, I should be using that. But also, I would like to know if there's any benefit of using this combination for low light performance. If not, then why even bother? Just use the XS20 with the 8mm and call it a day. If there are no inherent values to having this done. The 8mm does give me a better, I guess, not a better, but a wider view, because it also lets me allow it to do 21:9. 21:9. Yeah. Since that thing also does DCI 4K, so it's wide. It's at 17:9. So I would prefer using the XS20 if this thing has no inherent benefit, since it's a full frame camera. Yep. Nighttime. Astoria. A lot of things going on a Saturday. Not bad. That's what you expect in summer. So, yeah. Anyway, people in the street. And I guess you have to walk around, see what you get. Right? Anyway, I guess the exposure looks good on the screen, at least as to what I can see. It's at 1.8, so you get that bokeh in the background. But it isn't as dramatic as you would get with the full frame 1.8 on the 14mm. It's an inconvenience, the weight versus the compactability of an APS-C lens. Still not full. It's not good. Maybe it's not a hot summer day, so you'd expect more people out. But yeah, not today. Well, yeah, the guy just passed around basically is a homestead of Broadway. So he's here wearing his mattress during the winter, probably a shawl in the summer. So at least you know he's still here. Okay, so we're at the end of 35th Street. I guess there's nothing much more up ahead. So we're just gonna turn around and walk the other way. Oh man, just hit the red light. Yeah. Well, I want to test the jello effect on this with the APS-C mode. I know it's at 25 milliseconds on the full frame. If it's lower, that means that the image is being interpolated, right? So, nothing much happening there. There you go. There's your slow motion test. Yeah, referring to Casey and his 120, 240 slow motions. Yeah, you can run around, do your thing. That's why you wanna gimbal. Don't bother with stabilized in-body cameras, at least for video. Photo, it is useful. The video, just get a gimbal. Just walk around like this. Or do your shots like this, right? That's why we'll make the images stabilized compared to an 8-stop in-body stabilization, which barely doesn't work. The Canon has that, right? But when you actually try to do things with it, there's some major hiccups. I use a 16mm 2.8, and that has major movements on the edges of the frame. Wobbly. It's quite wobbly. But you will mitigate all of that when using something like this and just walking around. Another light. But okay, perfect timing. We're just gonna walk. Yeah, these streets are narrow, so you've got to be careful of who you walk into or what you walk into. Let's see, in a noisy environment, if the shotgun like this does do anything at all. Because if I switch it to zoom, it does not work. And if I just stick it on there, I have no control over audio levels, right? So, is it worth it? I don't know. But since this thing doesn't have any directional microphones implanted in it, it might be an issue. Probably will sound just like it did on the ZV-E1 when I switched it to all directional audio. Alright guys, I'm gonna do some grocery for the weekend. I guess that was that. A little night test of the A7C with 11mm 1.8.